Hello, and welcome back to Wandering Lost Games. We are once again continuing with Game of Thrones. I'm pretty excited about this because I want to see what happens next. I have dropped down the graphics, so hopefully there won't be any lagging this time, and I guess we'll see how it goes. My new video card is still coming on the way, so I do not have that quite yet, and hopefully that might also solve some of the issues as well. Blah 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 blah. I really need to get better at enunciating. But anyway, this one is at least one I don't really have to talk very much over. So, continuing with episode 1. The gears and the tree.
Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay, if it's presented to her as it should be.
Thank God for sisters. Ooh, I get to move around already. Ooh, so much stuff. High Garden brooch.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Olenna.
Carved wood and iron tree.
Ethan made this for me.
That's pretty sweet. Younkish coin.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
An unfinished letter. Okay, what if we look at it first? That's it? I just kind of squinty eyeball at it? Okay, read.
Father. Much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
No.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
I was going to say, does she know the news? Probably not, and nope. She does not.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
No, I can't even look at that one. No squinty eyeballs. Just reading.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
I have to say, with the low textures, they look a little creepy now, so I can't wait until my new card comes. Oh, I think that's it. Yep. I wonder who it could be.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine.
Not
Come
sure
in.
why he's here. He's holding something I didn't see. Oh, chamber pot, probably.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right?
Yeah, it looks like he's putting briskets in.
If
for
you
the
don't
fire.
mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
It's private. I'd rather not say.
Of course, milady. I didn't mean to pry.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Oh no.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
Useful.
Good night, milady.
So they were having an argument.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own.
Okay, so she does know.
What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
What does she intend to do?
Not really what I
She
said,
intends
but...
to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her.
No.
Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
I hope I get another opportunity to ask about my family. Because I'm supposed to ask for help.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
Oh, that's not ominous at all. No, Tyrion and everything.
You can do this.
Nope. I manually walk.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
Which is, of
The
course, your
one
son.
true king. Yet she didn't say which.
Why
The girl
you
is
bring
clever.
that up?
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps
think
too
you're helping.
clever for her own good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be
Ooh, you should
unfortunate
know where I'm coming
to see
from.
another house lay claim to what's yours.
There are limits, Your Grace.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
It's flickering. I'll just turn that off.
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face
Okay,
her decisions.
I'm not really sure I selected.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If
Oh, I
there's
have
a
an
point to
opinion.
this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
I lost my mouse
She
there for a second.
is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
See, I
Of
feel like
course, Your
appeasing
Grace.
her was best, because I can always talk to Marjorie later and be like, you just told me what to say, even if my heart said different. So I did what you said. Well, at the end.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased.
She
It
specifically
was
told me to
quite
lie.
the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. No doubt Lady Marjorie will forgive you. Eventually. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard. Not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Oh, he seems awesome and helpful. He's got problems of his own, so maybe you can kind of empathize.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But
I'll
at
tell you
least
what
it's
the
over
best.
now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
He is quite handsome.
And
I actually have
quite
no idea.
passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Spoiler alert,
Would you marry
he's a dick.
Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well? Sarah?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very
Yeah,
quickly.
pick the right one.
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind.
Ask for help now?
Something important.
Sure.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
If you trust her, you're the one helping.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsey Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsey is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene?
Well, I mean,
Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady.
want her to help.
King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa. I will forever be in your debt. My family
Well, I
will
don't want to
forever
bring
be
my
in your
family into
debt.
that.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsey Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Ah, that seemed to go okay. King's Road, Wolfswood. Alright, back with Garrett.
Seven elves. Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Ramsey Snow.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a droning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now.
Stuff. Can't do anything with the stuff though.
How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. Two at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh. Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard
Well,
something.
I'm gonna run. They're definitely gonna hear something.
Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Well, this is morbid. Guess I'm just gonna check out this guy.
Bloody hell.
Sorry, I got a little bit of a cold, so still kind of coughing. Man. Alright, so I think I'm going to call this one here. Next time I'll probably do a little bit of a longer one, but this one I'm just going to keep a little bit shorter. Because I have some yard work and stuff I need to go out and do. Alright, so if you like it, hit the like button and let me know. You can also leave me any comments. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that so you always know what new content is coming up. And I'm always going to be having new stuff coming up, so that's going to be great. And I hope that I'll be able to see you guys again. See ya.